All right. What's going on, fellas? We are tackling some early best ball drafts. We're doing some big boards over on Underdog Fantasy. It is a sad day over here at the Fantasy Stock Exchange, as it will be my last day reporting from the original Fantasy Stock Exchange, aka my parents' basement. So it looks like Ron will be the last basement dweller on fantasy football YouTube, at least that I know of. So it'll be fun. This will be the last video. You guys will see me with this background. I'll have a whole new different setup over at the new place. But how we doing, fellas?
Doing good. I'll get a girlfriend one of these days, and I'll graduate too. But I think we're a few years out from that. I haven't fully broken out into that stage of my career yet. So for now, chilling down here. Happy to hang out with you guys today.
Yeah,
running some big boards.
We're some youth over with this little ancient guy in the top right, eh?
Yeah, this guy's gonna start a family on us.
Yeah, well, I'll be offering free dating app audits for you guys if you need them. Yeah, so we're tackling a big board. We'll get the screen shared over here and we'll get this entered. So if you guys want to check these out, these are basically like, if you think, this rookie is going to go higher in the NFL draft, if, you think the rookies are going too low in general, you can get some real early exposure, and the ADPs are definitely exploitable if you want to predict what's going to happen in free agency, all that kind of stuff. You can check out Underdog Fantasy. You guys know what to do. Obviously, use the promo code FSE when you sign up for 100% back, and you can do some of these drafts with us. So, Ron, if you want to do the honors, get this thing entered, and we'll rip through some comments. If you guys want to join in here with us too, you can just hit the yes at the same time. We're hitting the yes here. We're waiting for a couple people, so if you want to hop in here, by all means, go ahead. These are what, $10 drafts or $15?
$10.
Drafts. Okay, so Brock won't be. He's not able to hop in here. He's going to watch back later. Charbonnet round 9 to 10. Some of the other rookie backs are absolute steals right now. That's why I love these early drafts. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much the exact point that I was talking about over there. Oh, yeah. So some people thought we were doing a regular rookie mock. Full PPR, 12-man, super flex. We got a dynasty trade here. Trading Ramondre Stevenson in the 209 for Brandon Ayuk. Not competing in 2023, but hoping to in 2024. Need to add more wide receivers. I mean, at face value, I'd probably say this is a relatively fair trade. So the fact that you're getting the 209 on top of Ayuk, it's pretty easy smash for me.
He's giving Mondre and 209 for Ayuk.
Oh, I'm actually baked.
I think I'd probably take Ramondre there.
I would
actually probably take Ramondre then too. Yeah. I think, startup value would dictate these guys are probably pretty similar, like, 5th, 6th, 7th round startup picks.
If anything, if it's tough to trade Ramondre for like similar tier type of wide receivers, like draft capital would be your out here, especially if you're trying to, like you said, you're trying to, not compete in 2023, but you're hopeful in 2024. Even if you, take Ramondre and a second, you get a random 2024 first or something like that. I think that's fine.
Yeah. So, Ron, how many of these drafts have you done so far, and what are you kind of noticing about them?
I've done like 20, I think, and they're tricky, man. Like I've done 16. You guys are gonna see, dude, like round 4 through 7 is disgusting. Like it's disgusting. They're like after like round 3, it just gets so yucky, dude. Like once you get to like this Calvin Ridley range, it's like, I don't know, like Christian Watson 4th round redraft. Like you're taking Christian Watson higher than you're taking him in Dynasty in these drafts. Like
that's a little crazy.
I mean, like DeAndre, like, and it gets tricky too because like we've been talking about the dead zone so much, and now the dead zone is becoming like all of the running backs that we used to love to draft. So like you have to kind of wrestle with the idea of like, what is this? Like, I guess this is like 4th round Najee, 5th round Swift, like this gauntlet of running backs here in the 6th round. And the issue is, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess like Keenan Allen's interesting, but it gets ugly. The rookies, of course, I think our values across the board outside of JSN's way too high.
Yeah, I've noticed. I've watched a couple, and I've seen him go in like the 4th round of some rooms. I'm just like,
look at how ridiculous this is. And here's the thing: even if you have JSN wide receiver 1, dude, he can't be like. Look, you can't even fit Jordan Addison or Quentin Johnson on the screen, as like with JSN. It's like we're talking about redraft here. They're all in the same tier for me. For him to be, what is this, like 20 picks ahead of Jordan Addison? Yeah, 20 picks ahead of Jordan Addison, like 25 ahead of Quentin Johnston. Is outrageous to me. So he will not be one of these like early rookie values. I think that he's one of the few that are on a value where you're not really getting any profit there.
Well, he's that way on sleeper drafts too. If you do a dynasty startup mock, he's in the same kind of area. So Looks like we're on the board here. I personally would go
Diggs.
with Diggs probably.
Let's go with
as the
Diggs, yeah.
lineup.
Because set us up with Josh Allen on the way back. I'm cool with it.
For sure. Yeah, and that's the thing too. You're going to notice in a lot of these rooms, for example,
QBs
like
go high, man.
QBs go very high, and you'd be lucky if you saw 2 running backs go in round 1 at this point.
Yeah, dude. It's insane how much, like, I don't know, like we've had sicko drafts in the past, but it's just like ADP has really just adopted the whole mindset. And I guess that's just because, I mean, like the sickos are out here drafting, which makes these rooms like so sharp and everything. But it's crazy. Like, yeah, you have Jonathan Taylor going at the 108, Eckler 109. Like Eckler was what, like arguably the RB1 last year, and he's going behind tight ends, wide receivers, Cooper Kupp. And that's not that that's like the wrong call or anything, but it is surprising. Like I don't think your home league
No.
looks like this in August.
I mean, home league ADP will be vastly different than this, regardless, because we know that these like the bros are going to push up the wide receivers and tight ends to begin with.
Yeah, I mean,
will say,
I was just gonna say, if we're looking at it, we know in home leagues there's still gonna be probably at least 8 running backs going off in the first 2 rounds at minimum. And in these drafts, it kind of feels like Bijan Robinson, he's going what there 203. I saw.
202 right here.
202 there, yeah. Like if it was last year before, maybe even the year before that, you're talking about a guy that's probably going like top 7 right now.
Damn, there goes Allen. No, yeah, I agree, dude. It's crazy. I think you'll even see Derrick Henry around here too in your home league. Whereas like Derrick Henry has what 21 ADP here.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest, fellas. I don't have a damn clue what we should do here.
I don't mind like Waddle.
I'd be cool grabbing
or a quarterback.
I think this is too early for the QB. As good as the QBs are, I think I would still rather like take the more 2-3 turn area.
Hear me out. Is it possible
Want the
to
big dog or what?
I was gonna say, what if we got Hurts here and then Devontae way back? I'm down for whatever though.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, QB, it's crazy right now, and I'm completely fine like mixing in a Hurts there and stuff like that. I don't think I want to be overweight on any of these guys up top because it does feel like I got burned big time last year by not taking quarterbacks early. Like I had a lot of teams that looked like maybe like Dak, Trey Lance cut it off at 2, like Dak, Russ cut it off at 2, and it just got ugly. But I think like I don't know how much like profit or edge on the field you're getting taking like Josh Allen, Hurts, Mahomes in the second. Like I'm not saying it's like a reach by any means, but the same edge from last year of guys who, you know, smashed the field with like Jalen Hurts or Jalen Hurts 7th round or like, you know, Mahomes 5th round. I don't think it's going to be the same advantage.
It feels like an overcorrection almost. Like you still probably are going to get those, you know, high-end weeks out of Jalen Hurts where he's one of only a few QBs that's going to put up like 30, 40-point weeks probably 4 or 5 times in one season. But at the same time, last year you were getting that in the 5th, 6th round or maybe the 4th round or whatever if you reached on those guys versus like if you build out a 3 stack of quarterbacks and they put up one of those weeks each, with your late round picks, like it almost feels like this year I'm probably going to be correcting to the other side of the spectrum because I was very much loading up on the early quarterbacks in drafts last year.
This year I was loading up on the wrong ones. I had a ton of Lamar.
Tyler.
I'll be on Lamar, dude. Look at Lamar, dude. 38.9 when like Allen, Mahomes, all of those guys are going in the 2nd round, dude.
That'll probably adjust itself.
I keep drafting Lamar Jackson in these, dude. It doesn't make if we're going to accept that like quarterbacks need to go higher than Lamar Jackson. Like Burrow has like a 27 ADP. Like give me Lamar over Burrow in redraft.
Oh, in a heartbeat, yeah, in a heartbeat. I mean, when you're talking
even with the stacking potential, even with like Chase and all that, give me Lamar.
If we're keeping
and
it
I think
real,
this Mark Andrews price is wrong too. But
I think ETN is an absolute.
Yeah, I love ETN too.
Here.
Oh,
ETN in the 3rd is huge.
Smash, yeah. Because I mean,
he'll be a 1-2 turn pick by the time the season starts. I have no doubt in my mind.
Like the only wide receiver worth it in that range probably would be Olave.
Yikes!
Well, there goes ETN.
I'm cool with Andrews.
I think Andrews is a solid value here as well.
I like.
Yeah,
Andrews
I agree.
Or Olave, yeah, either works.
All right, let's do Andrews. I don't know why I was sort of like hovering over Goddard there.
What we could do
is also interesting because part of me thinks that like the whatchamacallits Patriots kind of like already set up their backfield for like future.
Yeah,
let's do Ramondre then. Woo! Bit of a buzzer beater.
Nick of time. Yeah. Well, because they drafted Harris and Strong last year in the draft with the intent of probably letting Damian Harris go off in free agency. And even though it's like a great running back class, especially in that range of the draft that they're probably going to be looking to add a guy, I mean, I could see them totally just going into next season with like Stevenson as the main back, Strong and Harris kind of work in to the level that they were working in. At least Damian Harris was working in last year. To me, I don't know. I don't see them spending a high pick on a running back the same way I could see potentially Houston doing it, or like some of these other teams that have day 3 running backs as their starters.
Yeah,
I think at worst they take a day 3 running back, which would be slightly concerning. Like if they took like, I don't know.
If they take Kenny McIntosh in round 4, is it really going to kill Ramondre Stevenson? Like it might a little bit, the receiving role, but I don't know. I think they're probably more likely to just take a guy like round 6, round 7, and then roll with the guys that they have.
Yeah, I do agree though. I think they like Pierre Strong. I think they sort of like Kevin Harris. So I don't know. It depends. I don't even know how many picks they have this year, but I feel like they probably have needs everywhere else.
Yeah. Joe says, have we done any dynasty startup drafts this off season? So we will be doing one like in a couple weeks. So definitely stay tuned. We haven't announced the details of how to get that in. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It will involve the announcement that I talked about in our Discord earlier this week. So we can't announce when that's going to happen or how you can get in officially yet, but we'll reveal those details in a couple weeks.
Yep. Yeah, you guys will know.
Look
about
what this
that
boy did at the turn, dude. That's
money. I love that. Well,
that's money, bro.
I was gonna say
3-4 turn Lamar Andrews.
Well, I was gonna say it almost feels like the Lamar Andrews at the 3-4 seems like the biggest cheat code right now in early drafts.
Oh yeah,
especially if you go like whatever, like wide receiver, or Bijan and a wide receiver. Yeah, fuck man.
Yeah,
that's a beauty.
I don't know how I feel about Saquon over Bijan though.
That's fair.
Oof, look at this trade. You think this is enough to sell this off? I think I would take this.
101, 103, 2024, 1 in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So I don't like selling elite quarterbacks, but it's a 10-team league, which devalues them a tad, and you get Bijan plus Stroud or Young and 2 2024 first for. I mean,
what do you guys like here?
Huge piece.
I think you got to go probably Pollard or Ridley.
Yeah,
I'm cool with either.
I'm cool.
I'd
probably go Ridley over Pollard personally, but I'm fine with either one.
Yeah, just because the wide receivers are going to dry up soon. Getting that wide receiver 2 right now, because see the thing is,
loading the rookie running backs late is probably an easy way to just kind of deal with running back depth.
I just feel like now if you're leaving round 4 without at least 2+ wide receivers, given the texture of the position in those mid rounds, like you kind of said. It gets ugly, man. It gets ugly. Real quick.
Dude, I even don't like. I think Calvin Ridley 4th round is reasonable, but I thought we were going to get a little bit more of a discount in redraft, you know?
And especially too, like Pittman was that close. Like if Pittman had fallen to the 406, that would have felt a little better, I would say. But
yeah, I agree.
It just kind of feels, a lot more risky. He didn't play football. He's in a new situation. Yes, we love the ceiling of the situation. Like I wouldn't be shocked if we're talking about Calvin Ridley as being a league winner, but there's a lot of volatility there, especially in price now versus what the price could be by late August. So
what do you guys think of this one? One quarterback, 105 or Javonte Williams? That's probably almost
105
value. I'd probably take the 105 personally.
105 because you're still getting one of the 2 running backs with 3 receivers.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Plus just liquidity of that pick. There's also a chance that Charbonnet gets like round 2 draft capital and it makes it like a more valuable pick as well. I think buying Javonte Williams in theory is a solid idea, but personally I would rather make that decision in training camp or in the early portion of the season when he's completely out of people's minds.
Yeah,
I would agree with that. I think 105, it's way more liquid too.
Like how much could you have gotten J.K. Dobbins for in like now versus in August or in July, or in September? You probably would have paid like a 205 price for J.K. Dobbins in September.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, look at the wide receivers. There's a couple here that I still like that I hope fall, but there's 2 picks that we have to wait on. So
I like
Gibson on this one too, because he's the Swift guy here. You trading Ramondre in the 407 to get Swift in 208 in one quarterback league. To be honest, the 208 and 1 quarterback is not a great pick. So that doesn't even really move me that much. I
just stick with your preference at that point.
Right here.
Yeah, just stick with your preference at that point. I think I really like Drake London here. 506.
I'd be cool with Drake. McLaurin, Keenan Allen. I think Swift is
Yeah,
okay.
Drake would probably be my pick as well.
Yeah, let's do Drake. I'm down. Hopefully they get some kind of QB upgrade.
What the hell do we do with DeAndre Swift next year?
It's ugly because like I said, like we have hammered it so much of not drafting these dead zone running backs, and of course you have the exceptions. Like last year, I mean, some of the exceptions were of course Brees and ETN, but you also had like Akers, you had AJ Dillon that was like kind of appealing. So it is really a landmine, and you just, like I don't know. I think I gotta look into things more. It's dangerous too because the Lions could draft a running back.
I think they will. I think they will.
They're going to draft one high too.
And I mean, like tough. We joked around about it because we did a mock draft reactions like a month ago, and
Miller had Bijan going to the Lions. I think
Miller had Bijan, and there was another mock that had Gibbs going 55th to the Lions, and
that would just be like, as much as the Lions have been so sharp recently, if they go out and they get the exact same archetype of running back as Swift, like that would be
that would signal to me
that what's going to
happen.
Optimal. Zach Charbonnet, you are a Lion. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
in round
that would make
2.
sense.
I'm calling it right now.
That'd be sick. Yeah, that'd be a really good pick for them. Yeah, so I mean, we're looking at the board here. Obviously, there's a name that we want to follow. I'm not going to say out loud, but I
don't even mind Pitts in this area. I don't love like middle round after last year of getting burned with like Wall. I know you don't want to have too much of last year spilling over, but just like Waller, Kittle, this area was just like pretty brutal.
It was dust last year, like absolute fucking trash.
Honestly, God, I don't mind either of those two tight ends. Heck, if we could get both too, that'd be sick and just not worry about
it. Yeah, I'm going to have so much Pitts this year, and I've been so against Pitts.
There goes Goddard. Dude, we keep getting sniped by this, dude.
Yeah.
I would just take Pitts.
I'm down for round 6 Pitts. Like, I'm in. Like,
I'm cool with
that.
It's
the cheapest it's ever been.
And 3 picks I was not down for.
All I'm going to say is we got to get Tannehill late in the draft, if you know what I mean.
Just for the ATL, possibly?
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's going to be a Falcon.
We should have grabbed Lamar so we could actually get the real Falcons quarterback.
Oh, man.
Dude, oh, man. Could you imagine?
Well, we should have probably got our Garrett Wilson in there for Lamar Jackson.
Guy, too. Is Algier still on the board, or is he gone?
Wait, were we going to plan to take Aaron Rodgers later on if we got Garrett Wilson?
God, is that the number one like goal of this offseason? That's how this offseason's perfect for New York, in your opinion?
You
get Aaron Rodgers?
My deranged take on the Jets. I want tier S++ is Lamar. Then it's Justin Fields. Then it's Aaron Rodgers. All of those are S tier. Would love any of them. I would love Aaron Rodgers. I want him to do exactly what Tom Brady did. I know some people think he's washed. Some people think that psychedelics and everything. I think the way that his contract works as well, if he did get traded to New York, that Green Bay would have to pick up a good chunk of that contract. So I don't know. I would love it. I think that he would, elevate things. We have the wide receivers.
You have Hackett too, who can maybe help him. I don't know.
Who at least he wouldn't have to like learn a new offense. Like I'm not all that excited about Hackett.
I mean, Hackett orchestrated 2 MVP seasons out of him. So as dumb as Hackett is, at least it looked that way in Denver. I mean,
yeah.
We also got reports today that Russ like tried to get Carroll and John Schneider fired, or what? Who's their fucking?
And then Russ lied on his Twitter and is like, "No, that didn't happen. Those guys drafted me." It's like, bro, nobody believes you, Russ. Stop. Don't be corny.
Also, Brandon, give me Lamar Jackson there. 102, and as much as I like Bryce Young, give me Lamar Jackson there.
Give me Lamar.
Look at Kyle's going full sicko.
I love it, Kyle.
Startup since January.
I love it.
Christ.
What do we like here? I like QJ, Kamara.
I think
I definitely am not touching Kamara with all that legal shit, though.
I mean, we already have 2 Falcons.
Fuck.
I like QJ here too, though.
QJ makes a lot of sense. Or
let's go QJ and build out the wide receivers a little bit here.
Oh, okay. Burks did go. I was gonna say if Burks was available, that would be decent, but he's gone.
Yeah,
I think Kadarius Toney here is sort of crazy. As much as I love Kadarius Toney in the past.
So,
but yeah, dude, look at wide receiver after that, dude. I mean, like. Cooks,
there's
Jacoby.
Still a couple quarterbacks on the board. Like Dak just went now. Deshaun's going to be available too. Like,
dude, I'm out on the Zay flower price. It's crazy.
Not early, no. Dude, did you see the overs that room the other day? Speaking of wide receivers,
I know Coleman kind of beats. I know that he probably has a list that looks like 0 lines.
Dude, no. I mean the overs at Underdog draft. where
no,
I want to say 14 of the first 15 picks were wide receivers.
Oh,
It
I
was
saw
Travis
that. I saw
Kelce.
that. Yeah. Like
Was it a
Olave
private
went like
draft?
16th overall.
Yeah.
I think that he just like hopped in a draft on a stream, and he like all of his viewers just hop in.
Yeah, that was jokes.
Crazy. He honest like big
Gets
shout
like
out to he has
150
like
concurrents.
he gets like in terms of like subscriber to like viewer ratio, like he has a very I don't know what you want to call it, like a very core audience. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, and that's the type of content that his audience subscribes for, right? Like when he's going live, like he's going to have a lot of like the ratio between people watching versus subscriber count is going to be a lot more intact because that's the main source of content that he'll create is hopping on, making those live streams, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit different.
Great job with him too.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
great host.
One of the few content creators, aside from yourself and a couple others, that I actually will watch content of, if you will.
Yeah.
So,
most of my stuff, I just listen to NFL draft analysts for the most part, or like, comedy stuff or whatever. But so this is an interesting question because Kyler Murray is definitely, I think, one of the bigger, probably one of the more traded assets in Dynasty Superflex right now, at least of the elite guys. What do you guys think of this package? He was just offered 102 straight up, so it's basically Bryce for Kyler Murray. He also says could ask for 102 plus 108. For me, I would probably get that done. If it's 102 and 108, I think I would accept that for Kyler Murray. But
I think that's fine.
It's also, I mean, we talked about this a bunch. Like, is that one of those trades where you're like, oh, I wish I could get slightly more? Like Ron, what are your feelings on like trading elite quarterbacks and like trading elite assets in general? Me and Danny are like, okay, if we work out the value and the value is equivalent, we still want a little bit more on top of it because it helps you sleep at night knowing that you have Justin Herbert on your roster or whatever, right? Like even if it says, oh, value dictates like 3 first rounders and like this piece or whatever, you still like, you don't feel good making the trade.
Yeah.
Do you want to go Algier here real quick and then I'll weigh in on this?
I like Charbonnet, to be honest.
I would take Algier. We got so many Falcons on this team.
That would make sense. Yeah. I forgot we had the Falcons.
Algier, I have Tannehill starred for like the last round.
I respect it. By the way, 212 for Tanny is super nice, but yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, 100%. And I agree. Like, I'm not moving off of elite quarterbacks for nothing. Like, I would like one in return. If not, I want it to be an overpay. Honestly, I'm trying to think through, and I haven't been super active since the season ended in terms of trades, but I'm trying to remember like a time where I've traded off of an elite quarterback, and I don't think I have recently without something in return, or if it was like I think me and Danny did something in a startup where like we swapped like Kyler and Jefferson with like some juice on top. Like I'll do stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. Unless if it's a clear win, if it's even value, I'll just take the quarterback. I will say with this one though, with like the 102 and 108 for Kyler, it doesn't blow you away. But I mean, if we're just talking about like startup value and just where Kyler is at in like the market right now, he's like a 1-2 turn guy. And we've talked about like Bryce Young also being like a top 15 startup pick. Yeah. So you can almost say that those are equivalent, and then you get like 108 on top of that.
Which might obviously when Kyler another gets healthy, quarterback potentially too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like A-Rich plus Bryce Young would be sweet. So I think that's one of the rare spots where I probably would, especially, and it's weird to say like moving off of Kyler for picks would be a contending move. But if I was contending, like I almost would want that just because like Kyler's such a weird asset right now where he's not really I guess he's for rebuilders, but just because of the ACL and you can't really bank like an elite QB season from him until 2024, you know? So he is very weird. I think that he's a buy for all contenders until he's back, or all rebuilders until he's back at producing 20 plus points per game. But yeah, he's weird. I'm holding a lot of Kyler right now. I haven't moved off of him, but it doesn't feel great.
Same. I've actually, the only league that I've like where I've had him and I've moved him was actually in the league that you mentioned. We made that Jefferson for Kyler swap in the startup in our what was it? It was the best ball startup, right? I ended up shipping Kyler and I think Hollywood for Lamar and Bateman prior to the season. Charbonnet here, in my opinion.
I'm cool with Charbonnet. I'm cool with Dylan
Absolutely. too. I'm never gonna say no to Charbonnet.
All right, let's go Charb. Dude, I will say Dylan being back in the hundreds like he was in 2021, very much interested. Very much interested.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
I've actually had a bunch of elite quarterback talk in leagues that I'm in. I've been a little bit more D-Genny, I guess, than Ron has in terms of these dynasty leagues. I've had this one guy breathing down my neck for Justin Herbert and Deshaun Watson because I have them both on this one team. And he keeps offering me stuff that's like, again, probably decent. Like he offered me Dak and Brandon Ayuk in like the 208 for Justin Herbert. I'm like, face value, like Herbert versus Dak is like relatively close in startup value. Then you add in like a 5th, 6th round pick like Ayuk, and then the 208 or whatever it was. I was like, yeah, but like I want something better than that, man. Like you gotta give me like Dak, Ayuk. I think I responded to the trade with
Dak Ayuk in the
Herbert
first, you said,
and the
right?
109 or the 108 for Dak, Ayuk, and Pitts is what I offered back.
Oh wow.
Like, okay, that's like not even close. I'm like, I'd be willing to give you like slightly more just because I'm getting Pitts also, but like I think that's what it should take to get Herbert. Like that's to me, like you need to give up a shit ton to get Herbert.
Well, you can make the argument, right? Like, oh, well, I'm sure his counter would be, well, Dak and Herbert, if they're both healthy, like are gonna give you similar.
That's exactly what he said. He's like, Dak outproduced him this year, and I'm like, I don't care. It's the value.
The problem with that is, I mean, you're talking about a 24 going on 25-year-old quarterback versus one that's going to be 30. And as much as we want to say, well, quarterbacks, their shelf life is so long, like once you get past that 30 range, I mean, we've seen examples. We saw Russell Wilson this year. We've seen other quarterbacks where
we haven't seen Dak run in like 4 years. Too.
Well, and I was going to say, like, the longevity sometimes, just because Tom Brady was able to play till 45 doesn't mean every single quarterback is going to be at their peak until they're 45.
Yeah, Matt Ryan looked like he was fucking washed in like week
37.
Yeah.
I actually love this wide receiver range.
Yeah.
Like I love like Hyatt. I like here. I like Downs. I like Elijah Moore. I'm gonna have a lot of double-digit round Elijah Moore, fellas. I hate to say it.
I
love year 3 breakout. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's tough. Probably Ridley.
See, it depends. If you're competing, obviously Ridley. If you're not competing,
that's just a fine package. I think if you're selling them.
Yeah, like if you're not competing, getting a 201 for a 28-year-old wide receiver is solid.
Yeah. Kind of think would be like that's like Downs around that area.
Yeah. Like I think that's a good transition either way. Like if you're competing, you're getting arguably maybe a top 15-ish type of wide receiver redraft pick. Moore. And did you say Downs available? I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, Downs is right here.
Yeah.
I'm down for Downs.
Ew, Juju's still a top 110 pick.
Why?
You guys like Downs?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I don't hate. Yeah, I think Downs is fine.
What do you guys? What are your guys' takes on Downs? What are you guys sort of seeing on the field? Because he's like my model absolutely loves him. I can't say that I've watched more than maybe like 30 seconds of highlights of Josh Downs.
I know this is a very like scapegoaty thing to say, but he just kind of feels like John Dotson, Elijah Moore, like these small wide receivers that we love that can play that Z slot role that we're gonna take in the 10th, 11th round. You know what I mean? Like that we're going to take in the 10th, 11th round area every single time. So
yeah, that was my comp
over the other small receivers in this class 10 times out of 10. Like he's better than Zay Flowers. He's better.
Yeah, give me him over Zay all day.
He's better than, like I'll take him over Jalen Hyatt and Marvin Mims and stuff too.
Yeah, same.
To me, like Downs, I know what you mean because I'm building up my database because I haven't actually physically graded any of these receivers yet because I've been going through QBs and running backs, which I'm now completely done grading. So I'm going to be breaking down all the wide receivers. I'm hoping to get at least the main wide receivers and, the top couple tight ends done before the combine starts, late next week or whatever, when it starts, or the week after, whenever that is. So for me, I'm still working through them, but for me, Downs looks like he's going to be like a top 4 receiver just based on how my process works. Cause like you can't really poke any holes in his game outside of his size.
Yeah.
Yeah. The numbers are all solid. Like the only argument I'll hear is like, he had Sam Howell and Drake May. So he, all through his career had a
good quarterback.
Good quarterback. As much as the NFL didn't like Sam Howell, he was a great college quarterback at the very least, He
didn't 38%
Max
target
Duggan
share last year with Sam Howell.
Yeah.
Which is dumb.
Insane. All the stats are insane. One of the few wide receivers that Lance Zierlein likes in this class. Like even if he goes second round, he still grades out as an elite for me. So the ceiling isn't crazy. So like I said, like I think Elijah Moore, Tyler Boyd, like he looks on paper like those guys a little bit. Like this is a little bit of a down comp, but like Marquise Lee on paper, he kind of looks like too.
He's got better analytics, but Jahan Dotson also fits kind of the same.
Yeah.
Same kind of mold.
All right, so we're up.
Down for whatever.
I kind of like Wandale and Michael Thomas here, but
I was gonna say
I don't hate here to be honest either. As our second, like, are we just gonna go with Jalen and Tannehill as our 2 quarterbacks?
I would love to go Jalen Tannehill.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah,
these are only 18 rounds, right?
20.
They're 20. So to me, I'd be more inclined to
wide receiver
to grab a third quarterback, but we don't have to grab one yet. I'm just saying.
Oh boy,
20 rounds.
I'll let you make the choice.
Please. Oh my God, if that was Tannehill, I would have killed somebody.
I got scared. I got
would've
scared. I
killed
got scared.
That would have been bad. Yeah.
Woo.
Dude, every time, bro. Every
Yeah.
time.
What
Are
are you
we gonna
guys' thoughts on this one? This is a loaded question here. So, what would you trade away to get the expected number 1 or number 2 pick of the 2024 class? So, Caleb, Marvin Harrison, Drake, whoever you want to put up there. 3 early seconds, 1 in 2023 and 2 in 2024, the 105, 109. Okay, so if I'm crafting a package for this here, I would probably say I'd be willing to give up the 105 and like all 3 of those early seconds. Somebody might be, interested in something like that, or you could just go 105, 109 and maybe even get like a late pick on top of the early pick next year.
If you can guarantee me that that the pick that you're getting is guaranteed to be top
I need
2,
an
like,
NBA style protection, dude. I need a
Fuck.
top 2 protection.
fuck, man, I'd give all those picks up if it meant me getting a top 2 pick in that class.
3 early seconds, 1 in 23 and 2 in 24.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
think 105.
I think I would. I think I would
105
do
and
4
109
seconds.
should get that done, no problem. I think.
Yeah,
And
I
if you
agree.
can get it for anything less than that, I think I would count that as a win.
Okay, hear me out, guys, but I don't mind
You guys
mixing in
like
a
it?
running back here. It seems like the board's kind of favoring that. Is it just? I'm not an Antonio Gibson guy, but it feels very
Antonio
cheap
Gibson's nice around here.
in
Yeah,
round
I mean,
12.
I'm scared of Tuck's landing. I'm scared of Tuck's draft capital. I would say go with Tuck, but like he's probably, unless he runs 4.3, he's not going on day 2.
Agreed.
I like A-Chain for this price better just because I think that he's more of a lock to go day 2.
I think
Over
A-Chain
Tucker?
might be the most overrated prospect in this entire class.
All right, we'll get to that in a second, I suppose.
I think I like Gibson.
Wandale, Gibson, Hunt. What are you
I
saying,
think I
Gibson?
like Gibson the most. Me personally, I'll let you guys.
I like
your
Gibson the
opinion.
best here.
I like
think.
Gibson too, man. I've been ending up with a good chunk of it.
He
Gibson.
kind of strikes me as somebody that could get like dealt on day 3 of draft night too, like just
Yeah.
randomly.
Yeah.
Feels like it. Yeah.
And he's somebody too. He might not have the lead back position like out the gate, but Gibson's at least shown us that if Brian Robinson goes down or somebody goes down, like he's giving you a very easy 15 points per game just with like his skill
Easily.
set, the speed, the size, like.
Yeah.
And that's what we're betting on in the 12th round. Like we don't need him to get 12 carries in week 1. We don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if he gave a 20-point week in the fantasy playoffs next week, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
I
and
agree.
B-Rob is the definition of mid. Like, I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
everybody's pretending
He
that Brian
sucks.
Robinson's rookie season was like a success. And I mean, he went through like a pretty crazy experience. So I don't want to like
Oh, yeah.
diminish what he did in his rookie season.
Exactly.
But like at the same time, he put up like very, very pedestrian numbers.
For sure. KJ Osborne here just feels expensive, man. The heck?
What were you
Yeah,
seeing with
that's a reaction to the playoff best ball performance for sure.
fuck,
100%. Or whatever. Was that in regular best ball or was that playoff best ball that he went off like that?
Week
Who are we talking
six,
about?
Oh, it
week
was,
16.
Yeah, Osborne. Yeah, it was week 16 or whatever.
Oh,
that he
yeah,
did
dude.
that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that like a 3-touchdown game against the Giants or
That was
something?
the dumbest, most random
Oh.
event I've ever seen in my life.
Gabe Davison 109 for London. Give me London easily.
So easily.
Yeah,
Not
London.
even close.
And if you have to throw in the 203 and the 209, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
To be
Crunchy
honest.
or
but-
smooth peanut butter. If you guys
Uh,
answer this one wrong, I'll have some questions.
Okay, hear me out. The
I don't know.
answer's
I'll take
the
either,
answer's
to be honest.
crunchy if I'm getting peanut butter.
It's crunchy. No doubt in my mind. It's crunchy.
Yeah. You have to be in the
Ron
mood.
say smooth. I think he said smooth.
Hey, you have to be in the mood more.
I'll do
when
either.
it's
I'll do
crunchy, but-
either.
I'm on the same page. I would probably do either as
Yeah,
well, but I
same.
think crunchy is like the if I'm buying one of them.
Okay, another thing that just sticks out to me like a sore.
What do you guys
freaking
like here? I
thumb.
like Fournette here.
Madison landing in a decent landing spot
Uh,
wouldn't be terrible either because he's a free agent.
It's just sound gross. We could
Oh,
mix in
Fournette went.
future Saint or Tyjae Spears as well. I'll let you make the choice. I don't care. I've had a lot of input.
What about Sky Moore's targets per route run? Does that intrigue anybody?
I like
Yeah.
Rondale out of all the receivers.
Ew, no, not a chance.
What about any interest in Renfro?
Not a
or
terrible
No.
pick here, I guess.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, let's
but
get some
I like-
Renfro.
oh,
Let's get some
oh,
Renfro in there.
that's
Let's get some Renfro in there.
The pure example of every time Hayden Winks described a terrible best ball pick, you mean? And then he went and had a top 20 season.
Bro,
the
that
next
was
season.
hilarious. No, who was the one that he kept saying? See, it's
MVS
better...
versus Hunter Renfrow was always the example. And he was like, Hunter Renfrow, you never want to draft players like that. And he literally was like a 15 point per game score the next year.
He was like a 7th round pick last year, Renfro, like 13th
that was
round
disgusting.
Renfro.
Dude, he went in the 6th round of my home league and I wanted to throw up.
Yeah, that was insane. But at like 13th
Cringe.
round, dude, in a best ball, and you kind of just need those weeks, dude. You can talk me into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Hear me out, by the way.
Ooh.
Why is anyone taking Higbee over Michael Mayer at this current point? I
It's
don't
interesting.
understand that.
I don't really even know what to expect from the Rams this year.
Tank.
I can't,
like
dude,
this
I can't
pocket of
wait
running
until
backs.
Michael Mayer actually tests like
too.
Mark Andrews. Like it's gonna happen, dude. I saw his Spark Athletic score coming out of high school. It was like literally higher than Tank Bigsby's.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people think that Michael Mayer is just Cole Kmet. Like he's like 4.75 lock, like no explosiveness. I'm like, dude, this guy's athletic as shit, and nobody seems to care.
Good trade target for the 105 and one quarterback leagues. Well, I think 105 you could probably get like a pretty good,
I've seen
solid.
Drake London go for less than that in trades, man. I think you could get Drake London in some leagues for that.
I mean, you could try,
Maybe
but
Drake London that all day.
yeah, obviously. But
Oh,
let's
dude,
just-
trying to think of something
don't
else.
talk to me about the JSN versus Drake London stuff that was all over Twitter yesterday.
oh my
I
god,
don't
don't get me started with that.
I didn't
Okay,
see it.
so my response to it was like, yeah, even if you love JSN as a prospect, like I'm sure everybody loves their prospects every year. You can't tell me that Drake London wasn't a great prospect. He went in the top 10. He was my wide receiver 1 and most people's top 3 wide receiver at minimum. And he had a great first year of a 30% target share. So like just pure process standpoint, I'm not taking any rookie receiver from this class over any of the top 3 guys from last year.
Guys,
I like
hear me out
Dame,
quick.
Samuel, Claypool.
I was just gonna say,
Okay.
Damian Harris is the fucking pick here.
Let's do
14th
Dame.
fucking round. Like he's
Especially
gonna go-
two. Especially
he's
two,
gonna-
because we have Ramondre, dude, and a lot of the casuals will see the 2 New England. They don't want to stack them together. Boom. Unique stack. They're correlated because Dame Harris will go somewhere else and
That's
we'll
what I'm saying.
profit.
Future Derrick Henry handcuff Damian Harris. That would actually make a lot of sense, to be honest.
No,
If
it would.
Vrabel's there. He's
What
got
if-
Patriots connections.
Hear me out. Okay, what if he just went to the Saints?
That'd be fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Saints would be
I
fun.
would much rather
Dolphins.
have him than fucking Leonard Fournette in Tampa Bay.
Oh fuck yeah. I'll
I think
take
he'd
him in
be fun
Dallas if he
on,
wants a cheap deal.
Yeah.
I think he might have suitors, man. He's a good running back.
Yeah, he is a good running back.
Downs over Flowers.
agree
Yeah,
with
dude,
that.
Downs. If he was 6'2" and 215 pounds, I think Downs might be the consensus wide receiver 1 in this class on paper.
The problem
Yeah.
with both those guys
First round
is,
capital.
the problem
Yeah.
with both of those receivers is if you're an NFL team, you probably don't want to take either in the first round, but you're stoked to have them in the second.
Yeah,
That's such a weird way
Someone's
to
gonna
describe a
take
player. but
Flowers way too high, man.
He's gonna go top.
dude,
15.
he's gonna be the 14th pick to the Patriots. I'm
That's
calling
what
it
I'm
right
saying,
now. These
bro.
Patriots are gonna take
Or-
him at 14.
If the Patriots don't take him, the Packers will at 15.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Man, and I think he's a decent player, but like him and Downs are like, a lot closer than the NFL makes it kind of seem.
Apparently, we got West Coast storms. Didn't know about this.
I mean, we've had an East Coast storm. I had a snow blizzard like 3
Oh
nights
yeah,
ago.
dude. I had to dig Maria's gate out yesterday so I could get away from her place.
My snow
It
was, like, this
literally like
thick, bro.
covered, and I had
You
to
guys
dig
got-
her
you
out
guys are good in
30 minutes
snow?
so she could get to work.
My snow was like this thick on my driveway.
Dude, this has been one of the warmest winters in Jersey I've ever seen. Like, there's no snow outside.
Yeah, I wish. How did you not get snow?
Dude, maybe like flurries, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Nothing's
fair.
stuck. Like, there's like, I can see grass in my front yard right now.
What is this
I
comment?
wish.
I'm laughing at this.
Who don't own any big hats.
I would enjoy owning a big hat.
I
That
actually
would be
do. I have some big hats from when I was in Mexico.
like a real big hat, like the OG big hat.
Yeah. What's the difference between
Um,
Hollywood and Godwin, in your opinion? Probably nothing. I mean, they're probably in the same tier, give or take. I'd say Godwin a little bit ahead, just given that he's been doing it for a couple years, and the age
forget
difference
it.
isn't extremely different. I don't know, dude. There's probably not a huge difference.
Hollywood's like 25 even, dude.
Yeah.
Is that like 1 year older than like Devonta Smith?
Yeah, Godwin's like 27, I think.
Mhm.
Hear me out. I know this is gross, but why do I kind of like not this round, but next round? I don't mind Rashad Penny's value.
No, I love
the
Rashad Penny
16th?
as well.
In the 16th.
Okay,
Do
we're
you guys
on the
wanna-
board here.
You guys want to take like a Mechie or
I don't mind a rookie
I don't
back
mind
here
that.
too. Like Evans kind of stands out
Evan.
as a guy that would be
you want
decent.
to do Evans?
I
We could do Evans or Penny.
We probably need another tight end too at some
Yeah.
point, don't we?
Could do Gasecki,
Yeah.
free agent. Maybe he goes up in value.
I think I would just wait on the rookie tight ends and smash them in the last rounds.
I would just grab somebody before Tannehill's the pick here.
Yeah, I don't mind
let's go
Zach.
Evans.
Yeah, Evans isn't bad. Evans is interesting. My comp for Evans when I graded him was like Darrell Henderson plus. Like they had the same exact skill set. They're big, they're fast, they're physical, but they're not going to offer a ton on third down, and they don't really win with elusiveness consistently. Their default is just outrun you or go through you.
Okay.
Which is fine. Like you can be a successful back like that. I don't think NFL teams are really going to covet Zach Evans that much.
The
As much as like
issue-
Dynasty Twitter tries to convince themselves he's like RB3 in this class.
Yeah, dude, it's actually pretty wild. He like the draft. I think that he's as much of a dog to go, or not a dog, but like I think that his odds to go day 2 are probably the same as Tucker's right now.
I would
maybe a
expect
little
Tucker
bit
to go
better.
higher personally, just because I think Tucker is good. I mean, I don't know. They're both going to test well.
I think
so it's
consensus
not
would say Evans gets drafted higher. But I
yeah,
think it's
I've seen them both in mock drafts pretty seldom in the top 3 rounds, but sometimes you see Evans in there. I don't know. I think both of them are going to improve their stock though personally at the combine because I think both will test pretty well.
Don't worry, Matt. We knew. we knew it was about B-Rob.
Yeah.
That's super. Oh yeah, you already.
I got it. Danny, we're good. In a one
Here's
quarterback, I traded Higgins, ETN 105 and a 2024 first for Chase, Ayuk, and 111. Okay, let's start canceling some shit here.
I mean,
how much is
Ayuk
Chase worth of this deal?
Chase is probably worth. Call me crazy. In a one quarterback league, it's at least the T Higgins 105 and first.
Yeah,
That might be a
Quarterback?
little rich for me, but I think that's probably comparable.
And then it's like Ayuk in the 111 for ETN. Yeah, I would be fine cashing out on ETN for that. So I like that move. I like going for Chase.
Yeah, I mean, if
I
you're
probably
in a
prefer
spot
Chase
where you
side,
just
too.
need studs, I don't hate that, but I do think that's like a pretty fair deal even on either side. Like you gave up quite
Yeah.
a bit to get that, which you probably should.
You're
have
paying
to if
sticker
you're going
price
after Chase.
there. What do we think here? Nothing is standing out to me. I don't hate Thielen.
I kind of want a tight end here. Just so we're not
McBride could be
handcuffed.
fun if you kind of believe in him.
Hurst isn't awful, I suppose.
I wouldn't mind a
A-Rich.
tight end.
I wouldn't mind. To be honest, I would just grab 2 more tight ends later.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and just like
could
instead of
wait.
opposed to taking one now and thinking we might be done at that position.
So what should we take if not tight end? I'm cool.
Maybe Thielen.
I'm fine
Hard-
with Thielen.
Yeah, Thielen's not bad.
16 picks past ADP, like that's fine. Question. All right, so we're at 1681. Like, what we have 4 more picks: 17, 18, 19, 20. Where should those be spent? I think definitely one more quarterback.
I think we probably could get away with another
One more
rookie
quarterback
back.
and 2 more tight ends for sure.
Yeah, we
So
definitely
that's
need 2 tight
3.
ends.
And then yeah, I'm cool. So that would be like a 2, 7, 8, 3.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, I'm fine.
How many
with
picks
that.
do we have left?
4.
4? Okay, yeah.
4
I think
picks
we could
left.
probably go 1 QB, 2 tight ends, and another running back.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm game.
Like Roshan is a screaming value right now. That guy's going to go in the top 75 picks.
I was gonna ask you, Bush. If you were to like predict who was gonna do well in yards created, who are some guys that like, and I know that your process doesn't, mimic, but just guys that you think like
Elusiveness is a big input for
that
it,
that
so-
Graham will
Charbonnet's
guys that you
gonna,
think Graham will that'll pop.
he's gonna
for
love
Graham.
Charbonnet. He's gonna
Charbonnet,
love
you think?
Charbonnet. He's gonna love.
He's going to love Bigsby too, and Tajay
Yeah.
Spears probably
Yeah.
as well. Those guys are going to
that's
do well in it. I would say the guys that are going to do bad in yards created for sure are going to be Sean Tucker and Zach Evans. They're not going to do great in yards created. I'm going to call that right now because they win with speed most of the time and power. So they're not going to do great in yards created. I think Roshan will probably do well in yards created as well.
Yeah.
Even for a big back, he'll probably do pretty well. I'm trying to think, who am I missing? Who else is in this class that I haven't talked about?
Jameer Gibbs.
Well, yeah, aside from Bijan and the top guys, like I think Chase Brown's going to do well in yards created as well. Chase Brown's my RB5 right now in the class in my grades.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
So
exciting.
I like right now. I don't know if you saw my tweet, but I had it Bijan obviously first round grade, like elite running back. Gibbs and Charbonnet are early second round grades for me, and then Tank Bigsby and Chase Brown are early third round grades as my RB4 and 5, and then just outside of that, I have like Roshan, Sean Tucker, and a couple other guys.
You guys want to do a tight end?
I don't mind.
here?
I don't mind 2
Favorites?
quarterbacks and 2 tight ends if we wanted to.
What do you guys think about
I
A-Rich in the
think A-Rich is
17th?
fucking screaming value here.
Let's do
That's what
A-Rich,
I'm
man.
saying.
How is
I don't
A-Rich
mind-
on the board?
I don't get it. I just
17th
saw
is
him.
crazy.
Everybody's certain that he's going to sit for a year. Is I guess what we're taking away. Like, what if Carolina drafts him? I'm not going to sit him for a year.
And on top of that, if
Even
you
if
do draft him, like he should get reps during the playoff weeks, right? Like unless if he goes to like a contender, like that would be so weird. You know what I mean?
Even if he has packages and games, like he might give you like 15-point weeks or something.
Guys were taking 3rd round Desmond Ridder earlier than what Anthony Richardson is going last year.
Dude, let me just tell you guys, dude, if Richardson goes top 12 in the NFL draft, he grades out as elite for me, would probably be like 103 at worst for me. I truly hate to say it.
Yeah,
if he goes top 12.
And
that's assuming that he hits my thresholds for like RAS and stuff, you know, running, hand size, throwing. He should be fine. I don't know if he's gonna run though, but we'll see.
Marty, you say is Judkins at this point looking like a better prospect than Bijan was?
No.
If you're looking straight at production, maybe
Bijan, but
like if you're just looking at straight production because he had what, like fucking like 300.
He had a great season. Yeah, straight production. You can make that argument for sure. I think Bijan's a significantly better athlete than Quinshon Judkins. From what I saw,
wasn't the same recruit coming out either. I don't think.
Yeah. Offhandedly watching Zach Evans and seeing Quinch, I mean, it was clear that Judkins was the better running back between him and Zach Evans, but I would say the difference was that Bijan just like he had a special ability to make people miss that Quinshon Judkins doesn't have a complete game yet. He was productive and he has like breakaway speed and he's a big back and shit, but there's no like elite trait that pops off the tape immediately with Quinshon Judkins versus Bijan. You saw it even as a freshman.
I can tell you right now, if I was in a Debbie startup, I would take Nick Singleton over Judkins.
Yeah, I really don't know anything about Nick Singleton
from what I've seen.
That he was,
when I watched Singleton this year, like that guy was different. The guy was like 215 plus pounds, and he was running as fast as anybody on the field.
You guys like Jelani Woods?
Judkins is a good prospect. And he'll probably. Be
I'd rather Kincaid to Woods probably. Just because of the draft capital,
yeah, dude. Kincaid is like gonna go in the top 20 picks by the sounds.
Let's go. I think we can still wait on Tannehill for the Tannehill.
We're gonna risk it
if we want to do that.
Yeah,
let's go Kincaid.
I mean, who's gonna snipe us on Tannehill? Someone that has
nobody's going
sexy. Not gonna move.
Like nobody's like, oh yeah, I gotta get Tannehill here.
By the way, I love Jake Ferguson.
I love him.
Big fan of Jake Ferguson, dude. He was sweet last year. Dude, isn't Dalton Schultz like kind of free agent? You think they bring him back?
He's on the tag. They're not going to re-sign him.
No, is Ferguson still available? I just assumed he'd be. Oh wow, he is. I don't mind mixing that in. Okay, never mind.
I know you might not like this, Danny, but you guys might be a team that drafts a tight end early.
I don't think we will.
I don't know. Ferguson this tight end class is good, and you guys might take one if one slides. Maybe not with your first pick, but with your second rounder, I could see it.
I severely doubt it. Everything I'm hearing from the team is they love Ferguson and they love Hendershot as the duo.
That's fair.
So is Schultz on the tag?
But like you don't let good players stop you from drafting great players. And if they think Luke Musgrave is a great prospect and he slides to 58 or wherever you guys pick, like I think there's a good chance they could pick him.
I just think if you're looking at it, I think wide receiver and cornerback are almost a lock to be 2 of the first 3 picks for the Cowboys, and then the other one's probably going to be some type of lineman, whether it's
I can't wait till they draft a linebacker in round 1 and tight end in round 2, and Danny loses his fucking mind.
I doubt it. They're smart drafters. I'll
Who's
give
the kid
them credit.
from? I don't know. There's some linebacker that I haven't
Drew
just
Sanders?
know.
Drew Sanders?
Yeah, Trey Sanders.
Yeah. Drew. The white one from Arkansas. Yeah, dude, the guy had like 11 sacks as an off-ball linebacker.
Be your next Leighton Van Der Esch.
Well, he's like.
Isn't Jack Campbell a white linebacker too?
We go Tannehill here, fellas.
Oh yeah, every day.
Right, give me, dude. Okay, yeah, Tannehill. But if Chase Brown falls, oh no, we're fucking done the draft. Never mind.
Yeah, no, we got one more pick.
We got one more pick.
Draft another running back yet or no?
No. Okay, so hold on. We can cut off at 2 with just A-Rich and Hurts if we want. We can't take another running back. We should probably take 2 tight ends.
Yeah, no. I would take Tannehill and
let's go Tannehill.
Tight end with the last pick maybe.
Now, what are your thoughts on Cade
I'm going to
Otton?
be standing Chase Brown this entire goddamn draft season because the guy is good at everything. He reminds me, like my comp for him was Elijah Mitchell. I don't know if he's going to test quite as good as Elijah Mitchell tested, but
I've heard
he literally doesn't like. I wasn't like blown away with any one trait of his, but he also just knows how to play the position.
I heard some comps for him. Chase Brown. I heard some comps to like Khalil Herbert as well.
Yeah, that's same exact type, but he's bigger than Khalil Herbert too. So he weighed in 5'9.5", 215, which is like a really good size profile at the Senior Bowl. It looked like he was smaller than that on tape. He was listed 5'11", 205.
Yeah.
Wow, 5'9", 215. That's nice.
That's really
Yeah, that's
good.
a nice size there.
That's a nice thick boy.
If we're looking quickly, so obviously, Chase Brown falls. I think that's a really good pick. He just went, didn't he? He must have just went if Eric Ray's going.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he definitely just went. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, Darnell Washington will get good draft capital. He could be interesting.
I don't mind that show.
I like Albert O. I do like Darnell. Dude, Albert O, 20th round
dude,
pick.
that's Dolchich's job now. I ain't Albert O's. He walked into the club and took his girl.
What tight ends are available? Tyler Scott. Hey, hear me out. Tyler Scott in the 20th round is pretty interesting.
Tyler Scott might run like fucking 4.3 too.
And get top 50 draft capital.
Yeah.
All right, what do we think at tight ends here?
Check all the tight ends. I just want to take a look. Foster Moreau is
Brock Wright. Didn't he have like 3
too?
elite weeks this year?
Logan Thomas.
Am I gross for being a Foster Moreau proponent in the last round?
Johnny's probably going to get released. He could go to a better team.
I think
I think I like
Waller might get
Washington the most
traded.
out of these guys.
I don't mind that either. Yeah,
let's just go Washington. We'll go. Yeah. It doesn't feel great to go 2 rookie tight ends, but I don't know. We're kind of throwing volume at it.
Two rookie tight ends and a volatile one with Pitts.
Yeah, we're just hoping for the best.
What? So what do you guys think of this trade from Wanye here? He said he's going to trade Terry, Nico Collins, Gallup, and Noah Fant. So like not a ton of like elite and 107 for T Higgins and Evan Ingram. So
Terry and 107.
I mean, if you can afford to give up some depth there, like they're not really like good assets. So I'm fine doing that to get T Higgins. And then he said I was then going to flip T Higgins for Deontay Johnson and either the 103 or a 2024 first likely top 3 pick. Yeah, if you can get Deontay and a top 3 pick next year for T Higgins, I think I'm fine doing that.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
cool with that move. Would you guys do that? And which pick would I go?
Yeah, especially in a 1 quarterback league. If you got a shot at Marvin, I'm cool doing that.
Oh, that's a 1 quarterback league. Okay, yeah, no, I'm more than fine.
I mean, it's less appealing in a 1 quarterback league, but I would say you still got a shot at Marvin.
I think it'd be more appealing from what he's moving. Either the 103 or the 2021. I would rather the 2024 first than the 103 in a 1 quarterback.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying because you don't have the shot at Caleb.
Oh, right, okay,
less appealing.
Fair. Kendra Miller looks amazing.
I guess I forgot about him. Yeah, he's probably going to do well in yards created as well. Yeah. The only problem with Kendra Miller is that I don't think he's going to go before day 3 because he is quite literally a 2-down running back, and I don't think the NFL is going to take him high as a result. He's not a good receiver, and he's not good in protection, and he's probably not going to test all that well either. He might test okay for his size and stuff like that, but not like actual like when people are just comparing like Kendra Miller ran like 4.58, which is like a good number for his size, but they're going to compare that to like somebody of similar size running like if Sean Tucker runs fucking 4.38 or something like that. I don't know.
Hey Matt, I can't think of another TCU running back. Can you guys think of one?
LaDainian Tomlinson went to TCU, right?
Yeah, that was the joke, Corey.
By the way, speaking of LaDainian Tomlinson, our boy Angelo comped Bijan Robinson to him.
I don't mind that, man. I've heard a Todd Gurley comp for him too.
Todd Gurley's a great comp for him. I think that's a good one.
There's a lot.
The numbers say Gurley.
Any good big running back is a good comp for fucking Bijan.
Yeah, my comp for him is looks like Saquon Barkley, but he runs like Dalvin Cook.
It's fair. I think Zeke was one that I saw that I kind of like.
Zeke's
too.
a good one too. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Roshan's missed tackles forced by PFF is 46%, which is the highest in the class. Wow. He doesn't have the touch count that like most of these guys have, but it's still pretty impressive knowing that he was missing. He also, for what it's worth, he forced 13 missed tackles against UTSA, which kind of skewed his number a lot. But those mans just couldn't tackle that game.
That's
I watched that game as part of his film. I was like, I've never seen a running back force 13 missed tackles in one game.
Playing NCAA like Road to Glory out there.
Yeah.
By the way, quick, Joe. Wait, I think you're the one that we complimented for getting the Lamar and Andrews value.
That's exactly who that is.
Yeah, let's go, Joe.
Dude, dude. Let me see how that team ended up real quick. Lamar, Deshaun, okay.
Is this the plan, or are we just sticking around here?
No, we're gonna we're probably gonna answer a couple questions, then go to Ron's.
Oh, is that okay? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Similar height for Singleton. Yep. Joe's most likely tight end breakouts. Dolchich, Chig, Woods, Ferguson.
I like that list.
Be surprised if that many like tight ends from last year's class broke out.
It's crazy how many of them flashed early though.
For a breakout at tight end is like you're a top 7 tight end in fantasy because that's like if you're like tight end 13 in fantasy, you probably weren't really that useful.
For sure. Joe, if that happens, I'm looking great. Yeah, I have a decent chunk. I want to say like half my leagues I got Dolchich because he was always going on like the early third round area.
Never
like,
got him, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
Dolchich, Freiermuth are like my highest owned fucking tight ends in all my
Really?
leagues. They were just so free in rookie drafts.
Oh, I thought you were saying it as a joke, Matt. Okay, yeah. No,
I thought he was just like, oh, I wonder who that was. No, yeah, LaDainian Tomlinson was the TCU running back.
Yeah.
That went off.
I only have Chig, but I've seen great things from all of them. Let's hope the opportunity is there. Yeah, I mean, all of them flashed a lot.
Dolchich is the one I'm excited for personally.
Dolchich because of the volume, Chig because you saw, the efficiency, and Ferguson. I know it's biased because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I swear to God, every time this guy caught a ball, he caught a lot of.
He hurdled somebody. Passes. I saw that. It wasn't a clean hurdle, but I like the effort.
Well, the thing is, obviously, with Kellen Moore's scheme, it's a lot of stick routes, it's a lot of curls, so a lot of stuff that's just face of the quarterback, catch it. And if you're good enough, you can make someone miss. Now, Dalton Schultz didn't really make people miss. I'll tell you that right now. It seemed like every time Jake Ferguson caught a pass, he was making the first person miss. And if you can get a cheap tight end that you got on day 3 to be able to play that type of role and make one person miss a play, fucking taking them.
So is he currently franchise tagged? I'm so bad with the cap.
No, he was franchise tagged last season.
Okay.
He's not coming back. He's not coming back because to franchise them, the Cowboys would have to pay him $13 million, which I severely doubt. And if they want to,
you also have to pay him higher than the franchise tag per year, don't you?
It'd be well. That's I mean, if we tagged him, it'd be $13 million, which I'm not.
But even if you offer him a long-term extension, don't you have to pay him more than what he would get from a different team? Because you franchise tagged him? I'm pretty sure that's part of the franchise tag rules.
I mean, either
that,
way,
like you can't like franchise tag a player and then like a year later offer them like $6 million a year. I'm pretty sure you have to the negotiations start at what he played at.
Either way, that guy has way too many mental lapses. He doesn't make people miss, and he's a mid athlete. Like I don't want him back.
He's mid. They should make the new Twitter account that was Zach Ertz. Has he broken a tackle yet or whatever? They should make one for Dalton Schultz.
hey man, he might just be the next Austin Hooper in free agency where he signs somewhere and everybody's like, oh, let's draft him.
That's gonna be so gross. Okay, so let's rip through the last couple comments here, and then we will get over to Ron's channel here. Traded Mechie for a random second.
I dig that.
Cash as much as
you heard
Dan
any news on Mechie? Like, is he playing this? Is he okay?
He's playing
I know he got.
He should be back for OTAs.
Has he beat cancer? Like,
no idea.
Good.
No, he's.
I hope he's all right, man. That's so scary.
He's in remission. Apparently, he's been training with the team, so I think he should be okay. Yeah.
I'm really excited for him.
This is a very age-old question. What are we paying for Russell Wilson in Superflex? Probably a late first is probably what I'd be willing to pay.
Late first, but would I feel great about buying him?
No, absolutely not. But that's what he's worth, probably.
A-Rich or Russ in your Dynasty rankings?
Oh, absolutely A-Rich. Absolutely.
Heartbeat.
Levis too?
Yes.
Yeah, even Levis I would take over him. Okay, anyone here see Addison as a Lamb comp? Size profile doesn't make a ton of sense. I guess they're both kind of like slender receivers, but I think Lamb was better after the catch coming out of Oklahoma than Addison. I think Addison's probably a better route runner though than Lamb was.
Addison, Judy, Rashad Bateman are the same guy on paper to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Judy. If you're gonna comp him to a 2020 wide receiver prospect, it should be Judy for sure.
I'd agree with that. I heard a wild comp, but I'm not gonna say it right now. But I'll tell you guys off the record. Jake Ferguson is white boy swag. Yes, sir. Got Danny's take, but I traded 102, 109, Ridley and Algier for CD, Deontay, Gibson.
That's a lot.
You guys make there's so many pieces, dude. I can't remember the last time I made like a 7 for.
My brain's processing right now.
A lot of pieces of a trade. I would, I'd just give me this.
I would do that.
I would rather have. So it's super flex. So but it's an 8-team league. So like quarterbacks.
Oh, it's not the 109 then if it's an 8-team league.
Yeah, riddle me that, Marty.
Yeah, that's a 201, my guy. Maybe you just said 109 for ease sake to make sure we
okay
up with a regular 201. But
yeah, it makes sense.
I would say like 102 for Lamb in an 8-team super flex is probably comparable. Like Bryce, I would take in like a 12-team super flex for sure, but like in an 8-teamer, I think that's probably comparable.
Oh,
and
he
then
said
109 Ridley for Algier, Deontay. Like I'll take the 105 CD side for sure.
Yeah, he clarified it's the 108, but that doesn't change much for me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I wouldn't invest in Russell Wilson even if it adds an additional bathroom to my house. That's hilarious.
Real.
All right, so we will be signing off of here. If you guys want to check us out over on Ron's channel, definitely stay tuned over there. If you're new, if you just hopped in from Ron's channel, if you saw that he was on here with us and you haven't checked us out, hit the subscribe button. If you've never seen Ron somehow and you're in our audience, definitely swing over there and hit the subscribe button on that side. Again, Underdog Fantasy, this is what we were doing over here. Make sure to check it out. If you haven't already done so, use the promo code FSE at sign up and first deposit for 100% back at sign up and first deposit. Like I said, you can get a huge edge on these early drafts. You can get these rookie running backs super late. You can get these rookie quarterbacks. What do we get? 18th round, Anthony Richardson? Like, pretty crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, so again, reminder, last video ever from my basement. I will be in a different place going forward, but Ron will be holding down the basement lifestyle. So definitely make sure to check us out over there. Peace out, fellas. We'll talk to you soon.